All right, well, hello. Thanks for coming back for lesson four. I'm so glad that you're continuing on this journey, this guitar journey, the process here that we've been working. So, if you've come this far, you're doing pretty well. If you have already kind of mastered the first three lessons, and maybe you've also been using that supplemental workout video that I did to help with the top part of the scale. If you remember, it was pretty much those notes that we worked out with that first video. Let me adjust the camera here just a little bit. There we go. And then we, of course, on lesson two, you learned the melody to the song "Simple Gifts." So hopefully you can play along with that tune now. If you're still struggling with any of those parts, nothing wrong with going back. Even stop what you're doing here at this video, go back to lesson one or lesson two or lesson three, and kind of pick up wherever you're struggling. You don't want to rush through this. Take your time, really get to know the notes and the instrument itself, and that will be of great benefit to you down the road. So, what we're going to do with lesson four, with this lesson, is I want to start teaching you chords. And we are going to do that through your knowledge of the notes. So, let's start by reviewing that C major scale. Okay, so if we begin this here, and we have our low E, right, that top string open, F, G, A, B, of course, follow along with me, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then G. If you have a pretty good handle on that and you can play it even at that tempo and you know the names of each note, then you're ready to move on forward here, and we are going to learn some of the basic chords that we're going to use on the guitar to play some simple songs with here real quick. We're almost there where we can really begin to learn some music, playing chords, playing notes together to actually make music on this instrument. So, first thing I want to look at is the open C chord. And so to do that, we're going to go to our low C. If you remember, that's on the A string, your fifth string up, and you're going to hold down the third fret with your ring finger, right? Let me get my other fingers out of the way so you can see. Yep, remember that one? Hit that. Hold on to it though. Don't pick it up. Keep that finger right where it is. And then take your middle finger and play the E on the D string. Okay? So right below that on the D string, you're going to hold down the second fret, the E note. Right? And you, of course, know these notes from your knowledge of the scale. And then hit the third string up, the open G string. Okay? So you're going to hit that string open. And then take your index finger and put it on the first fret of the second string up, the B string. That's another C, right? And you know that note. And then you're gonna strum or hit that bottom string open. So we have, if I go down that one more time, holding everything in place there, the ring finger is on the A string, third fret, that low C. The middle finger is on the second fret of the D string. That's another E note. And then I'm hitting the G open. And then the index finger is on the B string, the first fret, that's a C. And then the bottom string open. Now, if you can still hold that, that's great. Okay, if you're, being a brand new player, this might hurt a little bit. And again, a lot of that's going to depend on the type of guitar you have. If you need to take a break, hit pause, rest your fingers, shake your hand out a little bit. That's totally okay. All right. If it starts to really hurt, take a break, do something else for a little bit, come back and try again, okay? So if you have those fingers on those frets, go down one string at a time, and you can start on the top string, that low E, that's in the chord, but it sounds probably a little bit nicer to skip it for now. And just start on the second string down, okay? What you're doing, by the way, when you go slowly like that, you're playing one note at a time, is called arpeggiating. You are doing an arpeggio. You are arpeggiating the notes of the chord. You're playing them individually, one at a time. Okay. Now take your pick and go down all the strings together at the same time, like so. A little faster, right? It's called a strum. You're strumming the chord right now with your right hand. It's good. Now, if you're hearing a lot of this, that's normal. It's very normal. It either means that you're not holding one of the strings down hard enough, maybe you're not pushing hard enough, or perhaps one of your fingers that shouldn't be touching a string is. And either of those reasons can cause you to get that muted sound, okay? But if you're getting anything close to this, then you're doing just fine. So practice that again. Okay, let me walk through those notes again, just to make sure you have them. The C on the A string, the E on the D string, open G, the C on the B string, and then open E, right? It's a C major chord, all right? So hopefully that's working out well for you. The next chord I want us to do is the F chord. Really what we're going to play is the F major 7 chord, but we're going to use it for a little bit here as a substitute for an F chord, an F major chord. It's just a little bit easier to play, and down the road we'll look at the real F chord, but this one will work for now. So all you're going to do to get to that F chord is you're going to move your middle and ring fingers down one string from the C, right? You did have your ring finger on the C, on the A string, and the E on the D string, but now I want you to move them both down a string. So now they're holding down the F on the D string, your third string down, right? And then your middle finger's holding down the A below that. All right, and the index finger is still holding down the C, okay? So go ahead and try strumming that. It should sound like that. That's an F major 7 chord. Some chords have really long names. More to come on that. As if you progress with the lessons, there are even longer ones coming your way. But that's an F major 7 chord. Okay, does it sound all right? Again, let me walk through it with you again, just so that you make sure that you're using the right fingers, the right frets. The third string down from the top, the D string, you're adding your ring finger to the third fret. That's the F. And you know all this from your study of the scales, so you're good. And then middle finger is on the string below that. That's the A. And then the index finger is on the B string, holding down the first fret to make it a C note, right? If I arpeggiate that, it sounds like this. And I'm starting that on the second string from the top. I don't want to hit that top string with the F chord. Pretty important. Okay? Go ahead and strum it once. All right, so there's the F major 7 chord. So we have C and F. It might be good just to practice doing that a couple times. Now, if you're really gifted, you might be able to move both of those fingers at the same time right away. Most people can't, right? It takes time. And at first, you're probably moving them just one at a time, but that's okay. Your goal is to be able to move them at the same time. So it sounds a little more like that eventually. Okay? It's going to take some time to get there, and that's all right. Let's do one more chord for this lesson, and that's the G major chord. Go ahead and shake out your hand a little bit. We've been holding down those strings for a while. All right, so the G major chord, I want you to use, we're going to use some different fingers for this one than what we have been doing with the scale, right? We were in this position, and your middle finger did just the 2nd fret when we were doing the scale. For this G major chord, I want you to take your middle finger, go to the 3rd fret of the top string, and hold that note down. Doesn't change what the note is. That's still a G. Just because I'm using a different finger doesn't change that. Right, so that's still a G note. So hold that down and hit that note. And then on the string below that, the A string, add your index finger to the 2nd fret. Right, usually we would use the middle finger there, but we're already using the middle finger, so we can't. All right, so the index finger on the 2nd fret, that's the B, right? So G, and then B. And then go ahead and add your ring finger all the way down at the bottom here. The very bottom string, 3rd fret. You want to get that high G. So we have the low G, the middle finger. Then with the index finger, we have the B on the 2nd string down. And then the very bottom string, with the ring finger, we're holding down the 3rd fret, the high G. Okay. The 3 other strings that we didn't do anything with, the D, G, and B strings, we're just going to let those ring open. They're in the chord already. So if you have all that held down, you feel pretty good about it, strum once. Does it sound like that? Try it again. If you're getting anything close to that, you're probably doing okay. If it sounds like this, there's some work to do, and that's okay. All right, so middle, index, ring, just like that. Go ahead and try to arpeggiate that. You can hit all 6 strings with this chord, with the G major chord. Okay. So we have, let's review. C major, that's ring on the low C, middle finger on the E, and then the index finger's holding down the C on the B string. When you strum, it should sound like that. The F major chord, we're dropping the middle and ring fingers down a string. So we're playing F, A, C. When you strum, that's what you have. And then the G major chord, middle finger on top, index finger holding down the B there, and that ring finger's holding down the high G on the bottom string, strum, G. C, F, and G, those are going to be 3 really important chords. The music we're going to be looking at here for a while will be in the key of C. And so those will be 3 essential chords for you to know. You want to memorize how to play them. So like if someone says play a C major chord, you can just go right to that. F major 7, G. And then practice switching them back and forth as quickly as you can. Start slow, but eventually we want to be able to move back and forth between those chords pretty quickly. If you look at my left hand there, everything's moving at one time. C chord, G chord, C chord, G chord, okay? And you want to be able to do that with all of the chords that we're going to work on. So practice that, spend some time with it, and if you need to, go back, watch things again, make sure that you're really kind of learning and memorizing all of this, because we're just going to keep on building from here, okay, to be able to play some really cool guitar stuff down the road. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time.